How are you guys? Welcome to our 5th lesson on Form 1 Mathematics. Today we are going to be looking at equations. So the first question that we need to address is, what is an equation? An equation is a statement about the equality of two expressions in these two mathematical expressions. For instance, we can say 2x plus 3 is equals to 5. This is an equation on its own that we might need to solve at some point. But for you to get a more understanding of equations, we need to look at how equations are formulated. So let's look at question number 1 on forming and solving equations. Question 1 is reading, the sum of a certain unknown number and 11 is 35. So this unknown number, we will call it x. So if we are to write what this statement is saying mathematically, it's x. Some will tell us that we are adding, so it's x plus 11 is equals to 35. We have formulated an equation. So there are two ways in which one might use to solve the unknown value x. In solving the value x, which is unknown, we need to perform a number of operations to ensure that x is segregated. So here, to segregate x, we can subtract 11 from both sides of the equation. So it will have x plus 11 minus 11 is equals to, because we have subtracted 11 from the left hand side, we need also to subtract 11 from the right hand side. So this is equals to 35 minus 11. 11 minus 11, this gives us 0. So on the left hand side, we are going to remain with x is equals to 35 minus 11. This gives us 24. So the unknown value is 24. This is one way we can do it, or we can have it this way. X plus 11 is equals to 35. In solving an equation, there's a rule that if this positive 11 skips the equal sign coming this side, it will change sign. So x plus 11 will become x is equals to 35 minus 11. On the right hand side it was positive. On the left hand side it was positive, and on the right hand side it's going to be negative. So here x is equals to 24. Either way you use, you will get the same answer. So it's up to you to decide whether you are going to perform operations on both sides of the equation in order to segregate the unknown value, or your known values can jump the equal sign and change the sign. So we have formulated the equation and we have solved the equation. Let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 reads, the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 57. write an equation and solve it to find the 3 unknown numbers. In solving this equation, we need to bear in mind that the difference between consecutive odd numbers is 2. For instance, the difference between 3 and 5 is 2, between 5 and 7 is 2, between 7 and 9 is 2, and so forth. So it goes in that pattern. So here we don't know the first odd number, so we are going to call it x. Then if we are going to add the second odd number, which is x plus 2, and if you are going to add another one, it will be now x plus 4. This is supposed to give us 57. So if we solve here, we are going to remove the brackets, so it's going to be x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equals to 57. So the equation that we are going to solve here is x plus x plus x. This is 3x plus 2 plus 4. This gives us 6. This is equals to 57. So this is the equation that we are going to solve. So solving this equation, we have formulated the equation. So solving this equation is 3x plus 6 is equals to 57. So if 6 goes to the right hand side, our expression becomes 3x is equals to 57 minus 6. So 3x is equals to 51. So now we have 3x is equals to 51. So in order to get the value of x, we need to divide by 3 both sides. So if we divide by 3 here and we also divide by 3 here. So what we do on the left hand side, we should also do on the right hand side. So 3 into 3, it's x. 3 into 3x is x, and 3 into 51 is 17. So x is equals to 17. So now we want to check if our answer is correct. So it means the first value is 17, the second one is 19, the third one is 21. So let's add these numbers and see if we can get 57. 7 plus 9, that's 16, plus 1, that's 17. So we write 7, carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's 3, plus 2, that's 5. So our 3 consecutive numbers are 17, 19, and 21. Let's look at our third question, which is saying when x is taken away from 32 and the result is divided by 3, the answer is negative 15. Write an equation and solve it to find the value of x. Let me create some space. So it's saying when x is taken from 32, so that's 32 minus x, and the result is divided by 3. So if we divide by 3, saying the answer is equals to negative 15. So here we are going to apply a number of operations in order to segregate the value of x. So the first thing that we do here is to multiply both sides of the equation by 3. So if we multiply here by 3 and we multiply here by 3, we are going to get 32 minus x is equals to negative 45. Then here negative x is equals to negative 45. This is positive 32, is going to the right hand side, so it's going to become negative. So negative 45 minus 32. So negative x is equals to negative 45 minus 32. So here if we multiply by negative 1 both sides of the equation, here if we multiply by negative 1 and here if we multiply by negative 1, we are going to get x is equals to 45 plus 32. So x is equals to 77. So let's check to see if our answer is correct. So we are saying 32 minus 77, it gives us negative 77 minus 32. So it gives us negative 45. And if we divide negative 45 by 3, this gives us negative 15. So our answer is correct. So the value of x is negative 77. So this is how equations are formulated. So I'm going to show you in a step-by-step manner how you can solve these equations, starting by the simple ones, going to the more difficult ones. Here I just wanted to show you how equations are formulated so that you get to understand when an equation needs to be formulated and how it will be solved. So I encourage you to first do the questions in this exercise and this exercise, then you will be able to solve these word problems. So let's look at how to solve these equations now in a step-by-step manner. Let's look at question number 1. Question number 1 is a very easy one. It's saying 3 plus x is equals to 9. We want to know the value of x. So here it's up to you. We can either write, we can either say to have x on the left hand side segregated. What do? We put negative 3 to both sides of the equation. So here it will become 3 plus x minus 3 is equals, because we have subtracted 3 on the left hand side, we are going to subtract 3 on the right hand side. So it's 9 minus 3. So this becomes x plus 3 minus 3 is equals to 9 minus 3. So x is equals to 9 minus 3, which is 6. And it's true that if we add 3 plus 6, we get 9. So our answer is correct. So to check if our answer is correct proof, we just write 3 plus, here we now know that x is 6. So 3 plus 6 is equals to 9. So if it is giving us this value, it means our answer is correct. So I'm now going to demonstrate the other way this equation can be solved, but I'm going to use a different question. Let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 is saying 2 plus x is equals to 6. This is the method that I prefer. This is positive 2. It's going to jump the equal sign and it's going to change sign. So x is equals to 6 minus 2. So x is equals to 4. And it's true that if we add 2 plus 4, we get 6. So automatically, I know that my answer is correct. So whenever you are dealing with equations, make sure that you check if your answer is correct by proving your answer. So here I'm going to pick number 5 as my next example, which is saying y plus 6 is equals to negative 12. Again, this then becomes y is equals to negative 12 minus 6. My 6 is becoming negative because it have crossed the equal sign. So y is equals to negative 18. So you need to check if these answers are correct or the answers that you are getting are correct. Now, let's look at question number 7, which is looking a bit different. Question number 7 is saying 3 plus 2x is equals to 9. So my 3 is going to cross over to the right hand side. So my left hand side will be 2x, then my right hand side will be 9 minus 3. So 2x is equals to 6. So here, to get the value of x, I need to divide by 2. So if I divide by 2 both sides, 2 into 2x, that's x, and 2 into 6, that's 3. So my value for x is equals to 3. So let's check if this answer is correct. If we say 3 plus 2 times 3, we get 3 plus 2 times 3, this gives us 6. 3 plus 6, this gives us 9. So my answer is correct. So before my teacher marks my work, I already know that I have given a correct answer. Let's look at question number 9, which is saying 5y plus 5 is equals to 45. So here 5y is equals to 45 5 minus 5. This 5 is jumped to the right hand side and it becomes negative. So 5y is equals to 40. So if I divide both sides by 5, I get y is equals to 8. And my answer is correct. Let's now look at question 13, which is looking a bit different. Question 13 is saying 1 plus 2u is equals to 22 minus 5u. So here we need to decide where we are going to put our unknown values, but it's usually common to put the unknown values on the left hand side. So I'm going to do likewise. It's going to be 2u, this negative 5u is going to the left hand side and it's going to become positive. So it's 2u plus 5u is equals to 22. Then this positive 1 is going to the right hand side and it's going to become negative 1. So 2u plus 5u, this gives me 7u is equals to 21. So if I divide both sides by 7, I get my u is equals to 3. So now let's check to see if this is correct. So if we put 3 for u, we get 1 plus 2 times 3. This is equals to 7. This should be equal to 22 minus 15. 22 minus 15 is equals to 7. So both the left hand side and the right hand side are equal. So our answer is correct. So that's one easy thing about the equation. You can always check if you have done your work correctly. Let's look at question number 14, which is looking a bit complicated, but it is not. Question number 14 is 2.5 x minus 4 is equals to 10 minus 3.5 x. So the first thing that we need to do here is to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions like we did when we were dealing with fractions. So this becomes the whole number 2 times the denominator, 2 times 2, that's 4, plus the numerator, which is 1, this is 5. So as an improper fraction, it's 5 over 2x minus 4 is equals to 10 minus 3.5. If we make it an improper fraction, it will become 7 over 2x. Now the second step is to put a common denominator. So here the common denominator is 2. So over 2, it will become 5x minus 8 is equals to 20 minus 7x over 2. Since our denominators, the denominator for the left hand side is equal to the denominator for the right hand side, we can safely say this is equals to, this then solves to 5x minus 8 is equals to 20 minus 7x. So we are going to put the values with x on the left hand side and the constants on the right hand side. So this becomes 5x plus 7x, because this 7x is negative. If it goes to the left hand side, it will become positive. This is equals to 20 plus 8. 5x plus 7x, this gives us 12x is equals to 28. So if we divide both sides by the lowest common multiple, it will be 4. So if you divide both sides by 4, it becomes 4 into 12, that's 3. 4 into 28, that's 7. So 3x is equals to 7. And x is equals to 7 over 3, which is equals to 2 1/3. So we can prove this equation by replacing x by 2 1/3 or 7 over 3 and check if both sides of the equation are equal. Let's look at another question which seems to be a bit more complicated, which is question number 16. So let me rub this one off. So equations are not that difficult to deal with. You just need to apply a number of operations in order for you to segregate the unknown value. So we are looking at question number 16, which is looking more challenging, but it's not. It's saying 1.5 m minus 4.5 is equals to 1.5 plus 3/4 m. So this is not difficult to solve. Just like we did with the previous question, we first need to change the mixed numbers into improper fraction. So this is 3m over 2 minus 9/2. This is equals to 3/2 plus 3/4m. Another option here is just to multiply throughout by the lowest common multiple of the denominators. So if I multiply through by 4, my expression will become 4 bracket 3m over 2 minus 4 9 over 2 is equals to 4 3 over 2 plus 4 times 3m over 4. So 2 into 4, that's 2. 2 into 4, that's 2. 2 into 4, that's 2. 4 into 4, that's 1. So our expression becomes 2 3m in brackets minus 2 bracket 9, or 2 times 9 is equals to 2 times 3 minus 3m. And it's now simple to work with. So if I solve this one, it will become 6m minus 18, 2 times 9, that's 18, is equals to 2 times 3, this gives me 6 minus 3m. So then this simplifies to, I'm going to put the unknown numbers on the left hand side. So 6m, this 3 is coming to the left hand side, so it becomes positive. So 6m plus 3m is equals to 6 plus 18. So 9m is equals to 6 plus 18. This gives us 24. So if I divide through by the highest common factor, which is 3, it becomes 3m is equals to 8, and m is equals to 8 over 3, which is equals to 2 and 2 over 3. That's how we solve these equations. Now we are going to look at the last section, which are equations involving fractions. Let's look at question number 1. Question number 1 is saying x over 2 is equals to x over 3 plus 1 over 2. We have already touched on this concept here. To get rid of the denominators, we can multiply through by 6. So this expression becomes 6 bracket x over 2 is equals to 6 bracket x over 3 plus 6 1 over 2. So then this simplifies to 2 into 6, that's 3. 3 into 6, that's 2. 2 into 6, that's 3. So 3x is equals to 2x plus 3. So if 2x goes to the left hand side, it becomes 3x minus 2x is equals to 3. This simplifies to x is equals to 3. So to prove this, we can say 3 over 2 is equals to 3 over 3 plus 1 over 2. 3 over 3 is 1. So this is equals to 1 plus 1 over 2, which is equals to 1.5, which is equals to 3 over 2. So our answer is correct. So I'm going to rub off this question. Our answer, the value for x for question number 1 is 3. So you can see for yourself that equations are not that difficult to work with. Let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 is saying 3m over 5 minus 1 is equals to m over 3 plus 3 over 5. So here the lowest common multiple for our denominators, which are 5 and 3, is 15. That's the lowest number in which 5 and 3 can get into without leaving a remainder. So if we multiply through by 15, we get 15 times 3m over 5 minus 15 is equals to, here it's 15 times 1, so I just wrote 15. 15 times m over 3 plus 15 times 3 over 5. So 5 into 15, that's 3. 3 into 15, that's 5. 5 into 15, that's 3. So it becomes 3 bracket 3m minus 15 is equals to 5m plus 9. So then this simplifies to 9m minus 15 is equals to 5m plus 9. If this positive 5m goes to the left hand side, it becomes 9m minus 5m is equals to 9. This negative 15, if it goes to the right hand side, it becomes plus 15. So 4m is equals to 24. This means that if we divide both sides by 4, we get m is equals to 6. So the answer for question 2 is 6. So now let's look at another question which is a bit different. We are going to look at question number 8. We are going to look at question number 8. So question number 8 is saying 4w minus 3 over 2 is equals to 9w minus 6 over 8 plus 2 and 3 over 4. So the first thing here, we need to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. So this is 4w minus 3 over 2 is equals to 9w minus 6 over 8 plus 2 times 4, that's 8, plus 3, that's 11. So plus 11 over 4. Here I could have said, let's multiply through by 8 to get rid of the fractions. But we are going to solve it in another way. So what do we do? So this is 4w minus 3 over 2 is equals to, here on this side I'm going to put a common denominator of 8. So then this becomes 9w minus 6. Then 4 into 8, that's 2. That 2 times 11 becomes 22. So if I put everything on the right hand side under the same fraction, it will simplify to 4w minus 3 over 2 is equals to 9w minus 6 plus 22 is 16. So plus 16 over 8. It seems as if I've come back to the same stage. So here now is where I'm multiplying through by 8. So if I multiply by 8 here and by 8 here, 8 into 8, that's 1. 2 into 8, that's 4. So 4 times 4w, that's 16w minus 12 is equals to 9w plus 16. Then this simplifies to 16w minus 9w is equals to 16 plus 12. 16 minus 9. This gives me 7. So 7w is equals to 28. So if I divide both sides by 7, it means w is equals to 4. So that's how we can solve question number 8. Then as my last, I'm going to look at how to solve these ones which are involving decimals. So I'm going to pick question number 5. So let me wrap this one off so that I create space. So if you ever face any challenge with these mathematical expressions or equations, please feel free to get in touch with me. Then we can discuss on how you can solve them. Let's look at question number 5. Question number 5 is saying 2.03y minus 0.5 is equals to 1.98 y. Here is the same logic. So we will write 2.03y, then this 1.98y is going to come to the left hand side and it's going to be negative. So it's going to be minus 1.98y is equals to negative 0.5 is going to go to the right hand side and is going to become positive. So minus 0.5. So 2.03 minus 1.98, this gives me, I put 1 here, this becomes 10, 1 here, this becomes 2. So 13 minus 8, that's 5. 10 minus 10, that's 0. 2 minus 2, that's 0. So I put my comma here. So it becomes 0.05 y is equals to 0.5. So if I multiply through by 100, it becomes 5y is equals to 50. And if I divide by 5, it becomes y is equals to 10. And our equation is solved. So the value of y is equals to 10. So we have come to the end of today's lesson. For any questions and for more problems, please get in touch with me on my WhatsApp number, which is displayed on your screen. And if you want more of these videos and to get a notification whenever I post a video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. We meet again on our next lesson where we will be discussing factorization. Cheers.